So we're here at Bluebonnet Meat in Trenton, Texas, and this is my friend and the owner of this place, Hannah, and her and her brother have done a great job. They just celebrated 10 years of ownership here this last weekend and had a big party. It was a great time. Wish I could have made it. But tell us a little bit about that journey over the last 10 years and then kind of how we've gotten together and worked. It's been great.
Well, we opened up as a little custom processing place, and basically what that means is we take in the farmer's meat. We work with farmers as individuals. We cut up their meat and we give it back to them, and they can't resell it or anything like that. And then we brought in the government, and we work with the government as inspectors, and they inspect the animal for health and wellness, and they inspect our process to make sure we're doing a safe and wholesome process and that the animals are healthy.
Without you guys, we couldn't do what we do. We couldn't take our beef from our cattle and then serve it in a public restaurant without those inspectors and without that help. And so these guys have taken what was a mom and pop kind of a place and really made it amazing. You guys have done an amazing job over the last 10 years. What I don't even know if Hannah knows, she probably does because she knows all the records, but my dad, we used this same place as our butcher growing up all my life. So when it was Jack's, we brought our beef and our cattle and pigs and everything here. And so still 30 something years later, we're still using you guys, but now it's yours.
That's amazing. This business has been here since 1945, so we constantly have people come in and say, you know, my grandma used to come here, my grandpa used to work here, used to come in and watch when we were kids, and so it's something we continually experience, and that's kind of one of the fun things about being part of this community is knowing that we're part of a legacy and part of the history of Trenton and the community of Fannin County.
These guys have been an amazing partner and partnership. We couldn't do it without Bluebonnet. When we first started out, we didn't know anything about this side of the business. We knew cattle, and we knew, you know, growing up, we've raised cattle, had a dairy farm, all that. We had no idea how much label, inspectors, state of Texas, all of the stuff that has to happen for a piece of meat to be sold to a customer. And these guys have stepped us through all of it. And we would not be the company that we are today if they weren't willing to grow with us every day. And so Bluebonnet Meat is an amazing team of people, and we just love them. So. What we're looking at here is one of our steers being processed. So they're cutting all of the cuts. This is going to be for our box meat, steak sales, and so these are the various cuts being worked on right now. Working the shank right here. Over here, he just got finished cutting skirt steak, and now he is working on the chuck. So he's breaking down the chucks now, and so that's going to be right over here. Going to be the chuck steaks, the chuck eyes. So some various steak cuts are coming off of this chuck. Okay, so today we're going to see this cut being one of our steers. We're going to get about 25 different cuts, steaks. There's going to be various roasts. The brisket, of course, cut up into different sections. And so these are hand-cut steaks off of this steer. Now, the difference between what we're doing today and what we normally do every day, this is going to be cuts for steaks. It's going to have all of those various options, 25 different options for you. What we normally do is we put all of these cuts into our ground beef. And so on a normal day, mostly what we do and what we do for the restaurant is all of these cuts, all of this beef goes into the grinder together to make the ground beef that we use. So these are for individual sale as steaks and cuts, but normally all of these go in as ground beef. So on our normal cows that we grind, We do a 7-day age on it, and that's more than most people do for ground beef. But for these cuts, we do a 14-day age, which actually helps break down the meat, give it a little more flavor, more tenderness, and a better quality at the end when it's cut. So that's what we're doing today.